Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be updating the short I have on my channel. I made that one last year and it has no dart, so this short I am making today will be having darts on the front and also on the back. So this is how long I want the short to be. 15 inches. So now I'll go ahead and take my waist to my hip points. So guys, when I make pants, palazzo, bootcut shorts, I use 10 inches as my hip point, but when I make skirts I use 9 inches. Now I'll go ahead and take my waist to my crotch points. And how to check for your crotch points, I'm just going to place a picture. So you see, you just place a tape between your legs and then you place it at the point where you want it to sit on your waist. Whatever number you get, you divide that number by 2 and that is your crotch point. Go in by 1.5 inches from the waist. This is for my shaping allowance. Inches. I'm just going to divide my round waist by 4 and chalk that down. Plus 1 inch for my dart. Hip points and repeat the same thing I did on the waist. I'll divide my round hip by 4 and then I'll chalk it down, plus ½ inch allowance. I don't like to add too much allowance when I'm making my own personal clothes, but when I'm making for clients I add enough allowance. You divide your round lap by 2 and then you chalk that down on your crotch points, plus 2 inches allowance. So yeah, 2 inches for me is standard. I always add 2 inches on my crotch. I'll just go ahead and connect the waist to the hip. So using my free hand, I'll just go ahead and connect the hip to the crotch with a curve, and then I'll take the line straight down to the length. So I'll go in with my scissors and cut my front piece out. Now for the darts, I'll go in by 4 inches from the waist. On the waist, I'll place my tape and go in by 4 inches. And then I'll go down by 4 inches from that point. I'll use my ruler to connect and get a straight line. That is where the darts will be sitting. Now from that line I have now, that's still on the waist, I'll take ½ inch to the left and right from the point. Just the 4 inches I went down by, I'll just connect it to the ½ inch sitting on the waist. And that is my dart. So now I'll notch, because this is a chalk. If you used a marker for this project, good, but this is a chalk and it can clean off, so I'm just going to notch. Now I'll just go ahead and place this front piece on the back piece and cut it out. So basically all I have to do now is, notch, that's transfer my darts to the back piece by notching, and then I'll add 1.5 inches on all measurements. This is for the back piece. It's very simple. Transfer your darts and add 1.5 inches on all measurements and you're good to go. So make sure that the crotch on your front piece and on your back piece are aligned. Just you can use your ruler to rule a straight line from the crotch on the front piece to the back piece. Just make sure the both of them sit on the same place. Now I'll just go ahead and cut this out. That is it for my back piece. So now on the front piece alone, I'll just go in by 3 inches, and then I'll go down by 1 inch. Using my free hand, I'll connect both points together. This is for a little shaping on the front. Now these are the fabric I cut out for the pockets. The fabric is on fold, as you can see, is on fold. Now the width for this pocket is 8 inches, and then the length for me is 8 inches. Okay, the standard measurement is 14 inches, that's for the length, but my fabric was running short, that's why I decided to use 8 inches. Now I'll open this up, and then on one side of the pocket I'll go in by 1.5 inch, and then I'll go down by 6 inches. I'll go ahead and connect these both points together. I'll cut it out, and then I'll transfer this to the next fabric for the pockets, the second fabric for the pockets. So you can go ahead and repeat the step on the second fabric for the pockets, but I decided to just transfer it by placing it on the fabric and tracing that out. Now I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this to the front piece. So both pockets are for the front piece. Now I'll open up the fabric for the pocket and place it on the front piece like this, and then I'll trace the 1.5 inches connected to the 6 inches. I'll trace it out. Then I'll sew by 1/4 inch. So after sewing, this is what I have. So when I go back and place this pocket on fold, this is what it looks like, as you can see. Now you can go ahead and top stitch on the pocket, but I will be hemming this with my hemming gum. So you see how smooth it looks without no stitch. I don't like to see the stitch on the pocket. So now I'll just sew on the top like this on the waist, holding the pockets together to the front piece. As you can see, this is the result I got after all the steps. And I also went ahead to sew the base of the pocket. Now it's time for me to attach my back piece to the front piece, and I also took in the darts on the back piece. the front piece, I took in the darts. So I'll just place each back piece on a front piece, and then I'll go sew on the sides by 1 inch, and on the crotch parts I'll be sewing this by 1/2 inch. Now I'll go in with my seam ripper and open the back to the point I wanted my zip to sit. So I'll just open the back piece to the point I want my zip to sit. Yeah, and now I cut out the band already for my shorts, and this is how it looks. 5 inches, that's the width, but then I folded in 1/2 inch on the top and then on the bottom. Yeah, I folded in 1/2 inch. I used my iron to iron this so it will lay flat. And now after ironing the 1/2 inch, I went ahead to fold this again into equal parts. Now I'll go ahead and attach the band to my pants. I'll sew by the 1/2 inch I left, and this is it. So you guys, I'll just go ahead and attach my zip and hem the base of this short, and I am done. Thank you guys for watching. I really love you guys. You're amazing. I appreciate you every time and every day. Do have a blessed year, a blessed life, blessed family. Everything in your life is blessed. I'll be seeing you guys on my next video. Bye.